Alright, welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing well, and today I'm going to be talking about why I don't trust the Sixers process anymore. But before I get into that, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into the video. Yup, the number one seed in the East lost in the Eastern Conference semifinals to a balding lollipop. They lost in 7 to a young group of players out of the Atlanta Hawks. But let's get into how this all started. It is the 2018 playoffs, and the Sixers just beat the Heat in the first round to face the Celtics in the second round. The Sixers had a good team with Embiid and Simmons leading them, but they were still a young team and it was their first time in the playoffs. And due to that, the Sixers lost in 5 to the Celtics. The Sixers still had their ways to go, because as I said before, this is a young team and needs time to get playoff experience. The 2019 season started and the Sixers did well and got the 3rd seed, but I need to talk about what they did to get there. Earlier in the season, the Sixers traded for Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris, and JJ Redick. These players had playoff experience and were in general great players. The Sixers got to the playoffs and in the first round beat the Nets in 6, which was a great series. Then in the second round, they faced my favorite team, the Raptors. It was an amazing series with close games, blowout games, and plenty of drama. The series went to 7 games. The whole game was close, and in the 4th, Kawhi missed a clutch free throw which got the ball to Jimmy Butler, and he went on a fast break to tie the game at 90-90. There were 4.2 seconds left, and I think you know what happens next. Kawhi drove to the corner, shot a shot over a 7-foot monster, and the ball bounced on the rim like 10,000 times before it went in. The Sixers lost in a way that no one expected them to. I mean, Embiid was even crying, and not like tearing up, like he was sobbing. But Sixers fans kept on saying trust the process. It was like it was a drug to them or something. In the 2020 season, the Sixers finished as a 6th seed, a huge drop from last season where they finished 3rd. But it was kind of expected since in free agency, Jimmy Butler left to the Heat, and Ben Simmons got injured close to the end of the season. The playoffs began and the Sixers had to face the Celtics. Now this was also when the NBA restarted during COVID, so they had to play in a bubble, and that hurt the team even more, getting them swept. But the Sixers had an excuse since Ben Simmons was injured and they had to play in the bubble. The Sixers fans continued to say, trust the process. In the 2021 regular season, this was definitely the Sixers' best season, as they finished 1st in the Eastern Conference and had the runner-up MVP Joel Embiid, and a great supporting cast. The playoffs started and the Sixers faced the Wizards in the first round, and they dusted them off in 5 games. The Sixers then faced a young Hawks team with a balding lollipop leading them. Now the favorites for the series were the Sixers, and even I thought the Sixers would win this series. But due to shit performances from Ben Simmons, the Sixers lost in 7. Joel played his heart out for the Sixers to lose in 7. True pain, man. True pain. This happened because Ben Simmons was so fucking dog shit in the series. Like, it really angers me that this waste man of an NBA player still has a contract in the NBA. But I have to give credit to the Hawks to play so well in their first playoff run for many of these players, and big performances from Trae Young beat the Sixers. Now I said this before I started YouTube, but I thought the Hawks would be a great team in the future. You know, they've got good 3-point shooters, they've got good players. You got the young players that can develop into great players. At the time, Clint Capella didn't trade for them. Bogdanovich wasn't on the team. Herder was not on the team. So many players weren't on the team that they signed in free agency. So I think that really helped this Hawks team beat the Sixers and become a great team. And I think this Hawks team in the future will go on to win many championships if they keep this core of young players. What should the Sixers do next? From the way I see it, the Sixers have 2 options. Trade Ben Simmons for another star player and get a better supporting cast, or train Ben Simmons every single day from the 3-point line so he could shoot a fucking 3-pointer. In this day and age in the NBA, not having a good 3-point shot is terrible. You need to have a good 3-point shot to have a versatile game, and you can succeed so much more with a 3-point shot. I mean, this conversation has been discussed so many times. Would Ben Simmons with a 3-point shot be the best player in the league? And in my opinion, I think he would be a definite top 3 player, because you can have a good 3-point shot and a good inside game, but if you can't show up for the big games, you're as good as you were before. Nothing better. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to drop a like, comment down below your opinions, and subscribe if you like the content. Peace!